You know what's going on. It's Bandplay checking in. Watch out for this interview. Respect Magazine. Know what's going on.
So my name is Jasmine. We're checking in for an interview. I got Bandplay here. He produced That's Major, that's went gold, as well as the upcoming single, or not the upcoming single, basically the single of Young Dolph, Crashing Out.
Yeah.
So you ready, Bandplay?
Here.
My first question is to you is define respect.
My definition would be it's like it's sort of it's a thing that people give you once they appreciate your work and appreciate the things that you do. So I feel like people respect me as being a musician or a producer, so to speak.
Right.
You feel me? They appreciate the work that I do, the things that I do to help people. You know, working with artists that ain't in the industry and stuff like that. You know, giving people a chance to work.
Right. Okay, so my next thing is, how did you get your producer name, Bandplay?
Bandplay, it kind of came up it was really off the top of the head type of situation. I was driving one day, and it really just came off the top of the head because my whole inspiration behind the name and my sound, it come from like the HBCU colleges and stuff like that, like the black college bands and stuff like that. When I got around coming to Nashville and started going to like the Tennessee State games and stuff, like I got real interested in that type of music or whatever, so I kind of just put it together and let the band play, you feel me?
Right. So my next question is to that is, so I see you have a company called Street Orchestra, so can you explain to them in regards of how did Street Orchestra come about?
Well, Street Orchestra come about just like, it's just a collective of not only producers that's under me, but friends, that people that I've just been associating myself with just over time and over years. And you feel me? Like, I feel like me being able to work on different projects, I can't make all the beats by myself, so why not develop a company to do a collective of work and bring my homeboys in, you feel me? Bring them in, make sure we all getting some money.
So in the Street Orchestra, you just have like basically producers, artists, in the
it's not a label. It's strictly a production label.
Okay.
But yeah, it is certain artists that do rep Street Orchestra, but mainly it's for producers, though, engineers, so to speak.
My next question is, since you grown up in Nashville and in the Nashville scene, do you see Nashville as an urban type of scene in the future or in the works?
I see it can be in the future, you feel me? Just take that right person to broadcast it like it need to be. You feel me? Like it's been certain artists and stuff like that has been put in position to do that. They just didn't do the right thing they were supposed to do.
Right.
As far as putting somebody else in position that they were in to kind of, make it do what it's supposed to do in other cities surrounding, you feel me? So I feel like you just take that right person. Hopefully I can be the staple for it, you feel me? Bringing an urban scene to Nashville, that'd be dope.
Exactly. What can you give an advice to the upcoming producers out there in regards of how you came from the ground up?
Man, bro, really like strictly work, man. Majority of my work came from like I know how to engineer too. So that's really a secondary thing. Like I came in as far as I can come and make you a beat, I can record your mixing and master. Like you can come to me and get everything done. So that's how I came across meeting a lot of artists and stuff like that. It was much easier for me than just making a beat for somebody and emailing it. You feel me? I came in, I knew how to do everything, so it was just that much easier. But for other producers, I just say, man, stay consistent, bro. Really, you feel me? Stay consistent, and if you feel like you got a sound, practice on that sound. You feel me? Keep going. You know what I mean? 'Cause that's all it's gonna take. You know, keep it going.
Well, so basically, in regards of crafting and mastering your work, what can you say is the most challenging thing to, like, as far as trying to get everything together to make it not perfect, but to best of your abilities?
The most challenging thing? Really the vibe in the room, really. You feel me? The vibe gotta be right in the room. As long as the vibes is right around me and stuff like that, it's the only thing that'll be challenging. If somebody here that I don't want to be around.
Right. You've been on Key Glock's future or previous projects and upcoming projects. So I see here how did you and him link? Like, how did it come about, like, y'all's relationship?
Like, honestly, I met him through dealing with DJ Coop from here in Nashville. That's actually his nephew. Been making beats for the city, been making noise, and of course everybody try to go shop their projects to Coop to get on the play in the club and stuff like that. So, you know, with that being said, at the time he was DJing for Block.
Right.
You feel me? Like, you know, just one thing led to another. Block heard a couple of my beats on some projects that Coop was working on with artists from the city, and you know, it just went from there. Once he rapped on one of them, he had to keep it going. The first project I was on, I did 4 beats for him on this.
Okay.
Yeah, it just went from there.
Right, went and live up from there.
Nigga like my sound and kept it going.
And since we know about Major that went gold, so how was your reaction in regards of how you found out that it was a gold record?
Man, it was like, it went gold 3 days before my birthday, but I ain't really found out until like on my birthday, because I ain't really look it up on the website. Right. It's just like when people start posting it.
Yeah.
I was in Atlanta in the car with my artist going to sign a deal for Street Orchestra.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I found out then, it just blew my mind. I mean, anybody to get their first gold record, it's like a big time accomplishment for any kind of artist, producer, anything that's in the music industry, and specifically for rap, because people don't do a lot of that in rap music, you feel me?
Right.
For something to go gold for a genre that people don't actually buy the music for, you feel me? It's bigger than that. So I'm ready for more now. I'm on my high, you feel me? I'm ready for more.
How were the vibes in the room? Like, how, when you was making the track, and then when it, like, up to leading to it where it finna come out, like, how was the vibes? Like, how did it?
Man, the crazy thing is, Major came out in September of 2018. I made the track on my birthday of January 2018.
Oh, wow.
And that was just ironic as hell. Like, I don't know how that just happened like that. You feel me? And then turn back around for it to go gold 3 days before my birthday.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? So, like, just all of that, it just showed me that anything is possible. You feel me? Like, right now, we working on a project, and they rapping on beats I made in 2013. It's a whole damn near 10 years ago.
Exactly.
You feel me? So, it just let you know, just, like, going back to what I said, you feel like you got a sound, stick on that sound and stay consistent with it, because an old beat to you is not an old beat to a nigga that ain't never heard you. You feel me?
So that's true. So, will we hear, like, any upcoming, you know, beats from you?
Oh yeah, for sure. It's Bandplay season, Street Ocean season, all that good shit. It's time for all it. For real, like, just get ready for it. It's time for it.
Are you working with other Nashville artists or other artists in the?
Yeah, definitely.
So I hear Trappin' Dale. Trappin' Mandel.
My guy.
So I heard that he had that Ashanti sample, and I real deal like that.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah, man.
So how did y'all collab? How did y'all?
So we was working on the Del Chapo project or whatever, and we was already probably a few songs recording into it, and he told me he wanted another record, like, coming off of the Bonnie and Clyde shit that he had on his last album. You know, everybody was liking that, so of course his fan base is girls. It's a lot of girls, you feel me? So they telling him constantly, we need another female song, So really, pretty much, I just kind of like came with the idea of the whole Ashanti sample, and ironically, he said he was thinking about freestyling on that beat, the original instrumental, and putting it out. And really, I just remade that shit just from the ground up, and we just made it into a real song. It really came together beautifully, like it came together like it was supposed to come together, like it.
The latest track, We're Crashing Out, Dolph. So I seen that you know, had, you know, the fans to come about to where they could release the track. So how was the vibe with that? Like you and Dolph in the same room trying to do Crashing Out.
Yeah.
Everything. How was the vibe?
Man, actually, I wasn't even in the room with him when he did it. Like, at the time, I was just sending him beats and stuff like that, because of course Major had been out for a while, and just, you know, and still working. He just ready for something else, and like, shoot, he had been rapping on it. Like, I ain't know he was gonna drop that one. When he dropped anyways, it was just kind of like perfect time, because they was waiting on something else for Dolph to drop anyway. You feel me? But like, shoot, the vibes went how it's supposed to go. You feel me? Like, anytime something finna drop on a major scale, you get excited all over again.
Exactly.
You know it's a bag coming. Yeah, so.
My last question is: will we hear anything from you on this, like on the upcoming Dolph track or upcoming Dolph album?
Oh yeah, definitely. You gonna hear too much leather. Yeah, too much. It's time for this. It's Bandplay structure shit. It's time for this.
Well, y'all tuned in for another segment of Respect Man with Bandplay. So y'all better get that upcoming album from Dolph. Hopefully it'll come out soon. Hopefully Key Glock soon. I hope so.
It's all coming, man. It's all coming, man. Shout out to Respect Magazine, Easy Entertainment, Shootout, Bandplay shit. We out.